Wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my niggas. Yeah. I'm in you. Got my nigga Rewan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding General. Straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, thank you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talk this shit, yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid, number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them, I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, the shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted, we hear the truth and reject it. But love is getting corrected, and all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Wrong with you, boy?
Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th Annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto Him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Cabins on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us.
You belong to somebody new, but tonight you belong to
Red Axe.
Where's he going with this shit?
Oh no, you belong to somebody new.
'Cause tonight you belong to me. I'm from One West headquarters. Follow my captain's orders. Live in the land of pain and torture. No straw, but they want their mortar. Tell Trump, fuck borders. P.S. Prepare for slaughter. Never take their sons and daughters. Never give them alls in return. Niggas never wanna learn. Till they laying in the urn. Babylon, Babylon, Babylon. You got to burn. Even if I gotta go with it. So fuck it, is you with it? Niggas never feel froggy, they just wanna rip it. If I see a bad bitch, then I gotta rip it. Your lip looking like the Red Sea when I split it. Tell me why that flow so vicious. Every time he switches, beat a nigga ass like mama did with switches. You niggas looking real, real gay. Where are the bitches? I mean, where are the sisters? Better stay away from witches. That's a brouhaha. Love me as she brew, ya. White people, he brew now. If you didn't know, then you do now. You belong to me. Yeah. Alright. This nigga's bonkers. From the same city as the Knickerbockers. Name ring bells from here to Yonkers. Or Nicaragua. You niggas too thirsty, you need some agua. I ain't talking Fina. When they kill my dog, I ain't hear shit from Peter. These niggas talk Kent, but they really mean FEMA. Haven't cut his eye, got more stripes than Adidas. If you ain't a bad bitch, then get the fuck off my penis. 1-2 step with a meat tree drip. Keep my circle tighter than my meat tree is. If I don't fuck with you, you a piece of shit. When I dip, you dip, we dip, we dip. This type of shit that I sing to my bitch. No 6ix9ine, we don't sing no snitch. Gotta love that bass. Social distance, I love my space. Tell Karen, get the fuck out my face. We ain't never switching up on our race. You belong to me. It's you, baby. One more time. Gotta love that bass. Social distance, I love my space. Tell Karen, get the fuck out my face. We ain't never switching up on our race. 'Cause you belong to me. One more time for the ladies in the back, hey.
Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th Annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto Him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Cabins on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us.
Shalom, Israel. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, Richmond. Shalom, New Orleans. Shalom, everybody. If everybody can hear me and see me all right, give me a 1, preferably a 1W. If everybody can hear me and see me all right. Give me a 1, preferably a 1W. Yep, so I know I got family with me, 1Ws. I see them coming across. That means everybody can hear me. They can see me. We should be up on Facebook. We should be up on YouTube. And we should be up on Instagram as well. All right, let's get it. Shalom, shalom, Israel. Let's clap it up. Hopefully you didn't tune in by accident. You're here on purpose. And if you are here on purpose, we are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. And since 1969, we have been teaching the truth of the Bible. And what's that truth? That truth is blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians are God's chosen people. You hear all these churches lying, talking about the gospel, the good news. A little annoying ass Jehovah's Witnesses knocking on your door, talking about the gospel and the good news. Well, that's that good news that blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians are God's chosen people. That's the good news. In this world, in this society they've built where nobody gives a damn about us. Nobody cares about us. And even our own people, even our own brothers and sisters can care less about us. The value of our lives have been diminished down to nothing. Pretty much nothing, to a grudge, to a color. You know what I'm saying? The value of our lives in that Bible, that truth of that Bible, the gospel, that good news that Christ was bringing, that Yahweh Shah was bringing, is that blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians are God's chosen people. You are the Israelites. You are the same people that Moses led up out of Egypt. Feel me? You the same people that's talked about in Deuteronomy 28, when it talks about the blessings we would get if we listened to the Most High and followed and obeyed his laws, statutes, and commandments. You also the same people that if we didn't obey and follow and listen to those laws, statutes, and commandments, we was going to go into slavery again on ships. And I'd be damned if it didn't happen, because we are hard-headed people. We are hard-headed people, but that's the good news. That's the gospel. We are not to be confused. We are not affiliated with any Christian organization. We're not affiliated with any Christian organization. We're also not affiliated with any other fake Israelite group. They got the little baby doll tassels on the bottom of their shirt. That's not us. That's not us. That's not us. Run very fast. Get away from them. That's not us. If it's not the ISUPK, if it's not the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, it is not the truth. I guarantee it's gonna be some lies mixed up in there somewhere if you're not talking to us. We are nothing but the truth, only the truth, strictly the truth. Seems like my picture keep going in and out, getting darker. And I don't mind, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind being dark skinned. I just want to make sure everybody can see me on there. But yeah, so again, the water for everybody joining in tonight. Look like we got a nice little crowd. And we're gonna go ahead and get it started. This is Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge of Virginia. The Virginia side, this is our brotherhood class. This is the brotherhood class. This is what we come to learn about brotherhood, what it is, what it consists of, how important and pertinent it is. If this is your first time here, you want to make sure that you put your name, city, and state in there. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you put your name, city, and state in there so we know who you are. We know how to properly address you. And that you also get credit for being in class tonight. If this is your first time here, you have made a wonderful, wonderful decision. And this is what changes everything in your life, our lives, and most importantly, the nation. This is how we build a nation. This is how we gather ourselves together, like it's said, and we are instructed to do in Zephaniah 2:1. So again, the water for everybody being here. We're gonna do a little roll call to see who all we got checking in, who we all got in here with us tonight. First off, on Instagram, we have beautiful princess on Instagram. Yahweh Shemadathon Bashim Yahweh Shai. It's good to see you. If you could put your city name and state in there so we know how to properly address your sister. I don't see anybody on the book. But on YouTube, Yahweh Shemadathon Bashim Yahweh Shada, Akwaf Diana, she be in there. It's good to see you here tonight. Yahweh Shemadathon Bashim Yahweh Shada, Akwaf Nazam Ana. Nizama Nah. She be in there like I be in them classes. I don't care what class it is. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. It's a good chance. It's a good chance I am going to see Sister Nizama Nah in class. You know what I'm saying? When I log on, it's gonna be a good chance I'm gonna see my sister in them doggone classes right there with me. And that's a blessed thing. So it's good to see you here tonight. We got Akwaf Ra'aya in the building. Yahweh Shemalathan Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. It's good to see you checking in. We also got Trooper Kazaki in the building. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah. It's good to see you here tonight, brother. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to see you here tonight. And hopefully you are Tawab. You doing well. Yahweh Shema Alathan Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. We got Akwaf Aisha in the building. Checking in from Newport News. Let me send this out real quick. I'll be trying to send out the little invites to the other family, not y'all, not the real family, the other family. They be faking like they, you know what I'm saying, want to learn something, but they really don't. But it's all right. We're gonna send it to them anyway. I'm Yahweh Shemalathan Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, the Sister King Yessa in the building. It's good to see you in here tonight as well. We got the 1Ws. I see Nizam, I see Sister Ra'aya, and I got my brother here who held down an awesome class last night, always bringing us that rich, sometimes hard to hear history. Officer Mataza Al-Kara in the building. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabarakatah to you, brother. It's always good to see you in class. When I see you in here, you know, I be pumped up. I be ready to go then. You know what I'm saying? You like the benchmark. You and Officer Yaraj Shema, Cap, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all the benchmark. I know what I'm saying? I see y'all in here. I know I got something to strive to. I see this. I got a goal to reach, you know what I mean? So it's good to see you in here as well, brother. Let me copy this real quick. And I'm gonna share it and see if we get a couple more in here. All right. With that being said, I think that's good. I think we should be good to go. Everybody else is in here that needs to be in here. It's good to see everybody else in here. Damn right. I don't know about y'all, but I'm feeling pretty wild for it to be a Tuesday. Truth be told, this be my highlight. This be the highlight of my day, coming to class and getting with the family, getting with y'all, and being with like-minded people, with my brothers and sisters who feel and think the same way I think. It's nothing better. It's nothing better. I don't know about y'all, but I know me. I was a weirdo for a long time until I came into the UPK. And then you finally get around, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, other brothers and sisters that actually love their people. And that's a very rare thing. Unfortunately, it's very common in here. But it's rare. It's rare inside, you know what I'm saying, the rest of the world, as far as, you know what I'm saying, loving each other and loving our nation. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's always great to be in here. Again, this is the Brotherhood class. Y'all saw the title for the class. Black or American, what's gonna be wiser? What is wiser? We like to start our Brotherhood class very similar, the same way. And we like to start it by asking, since this is the Brotherhood class, what is another word? What is another word for brotherhood? If you had to come up with another word for brotherhood, what would it be? Go ahead and type that in the chat, and we're gonna move on to the next one. And I know y'all all know. Look at them. They coming in, and look, the first ones to log on to the class. You know what I'm saying? Exemplifying the answer. The first ones to come in with the answer, and that's Akwaf Nizam Anah, Akwaf Ra'aya, and Akwaf Diana. So give the Akwafium a hand. They are all correct. They all said sisterhood. And like Akwaf Ra'aya said, we always repping y'all that, hey, this VA cap, the sisters that be tuning in to hear, y'all definitely do a great job of representing Israel. Y'all do an awesome job of representing Israel. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are actually are all correct And I know Sister Deanna was trying to jump up in there as well. You know, but they so fast on the fingers. Give her a hand, give my rib a hand as well. Y'all are absolutely correct. Give my brother Officer Mataz Zakaria a hand as well. Sisterhood, brotherhood, and sisterhood go hand in hand with each other. They go hand in hand with each other, and that's what's gonna save. That's what's gonna rebuild this nation. That's gonna be the foundation of it. Is that brotherhood and that sisterhood. Now, if it's another word for brotherhood and sisterhood, and I know y'all know, give me the other word. What's synonymous with brotherhood and sisterhood? And if you know the precept, go ahead and drop that precept in there. 1 Thessalonians 5:21 says to prove all things. Everybody and their mama got a dog on TikTok, got an Instagram, got a YouTube. You got some of these niggas out here saying that they Jesus. They got a real live following. You know what I'm saying? Like the Black Jim Jones. You know what I'm saying? We got a real live following. Everybody say that. You got fake Israelites on the corner pretending to be us. You know what I'm saying? Pretending to be us. But 1 Thessalonians 5:21 says to prove all things, and that's why we try to whatever we pull, whatever we say, we back it up with scripture. Not only do we back it up with scripture, we back it up with action. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, where we learn how to actually apply what we learn to our daily lives. You know what I'm saying? And I see the answers coming in. Give my rib a hand. I'm Salaka. Give Aqua from Nizam a hand. She said 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. She says love. Aqua Diana says love. 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. Aqua Ra'aya says love. 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. And let's get it. Let's get it. Y'all are absolutely correct. Give all of them a hand. Give them a damn hand. And y'all are absolutely correct. This is what we build a nation off of. My brother, Officer Mataz Zakaria, said the same thing as well. 1 John 5:3. And that answer is love. Let's go ahead and pull that precept. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Everybody can talk about it. Everybody can have their own definition of it. But the Bible actually gives us definitions of words. It gives us definitions, gives us instructions. And when I say us, I'm talking about blacks, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Indians, because that's our book. That's our book. That's real life Black history. I know we are in February, quote unquote, Black History Month, but this is real Black history that we're going over right now. This is real life Black history that we're going over right now. And just like everything, like Officer Mataz Zakaria was bringing out last night, that they stolen from us. This is the biggest thing that they've stolen from us was our identity by way of hijacking this Bible and saying that it's for everybody when it's not for everybody. It's never been for everybody. It's always and only been for the children of Israel. But they've hijacked that, told a lie on that, you know what I'm saying, told us it was something different, and unfortunately we believed it. But in here we learn the truth of the Bible. You feel me? So we're gonna go to 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. Y'all should be able to see that. All right. 1 John chapter 5, verse 3 says, for this is the love of God. You can have your own definition of love. Love that you may be grilled cheese sandwiches every Saturday. You know what I'm saying? And mama cut the crust off. You know what I'm saying? That might be what's love to you. Love that you might be family dinner on Sundays. That might be love to you, but that's not what love is in the Bible. That's not the definition of love. This is love, for this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments. Period, point blank. Nothing else, you know what I'm saying, to add. You can't add, take away from that. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You want to love your people. You want to love the Most High, how they claim to love the Most High. It has nothing to do with you jumping up and down and rolling around the floor in church. It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with how much money you give, you know what I'm saying, to the church when they do the special donations and everybody run up, you know what I mean, and put that money in the basket. It has nothing to do with that whatsoever. How shiny your shoes is, how pressed your suit is. It has nothing to do with none of that. None of that whatsoever. You pay your child support on time. None of that whatsoever has to do with love. This is love, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous, meaning it's not that hard. It's not a hard thing to do for you to love. The reason why it's become so hard, why it is so far-fetched for us, why we don't even really know what it is and have the definition of it, is because we follow this oppressor. We follow these other people. We listen to everybody else but God. We listen to everybody else but what this Bible says. A lot of times we listen to our own selves, thinking that it's us, and that's really the oppressor too, speaking through our desires and our lust and so forth. You know what I'm saying? But it's not the Most High. But this is the Most High, and this is what love is that we keep His commandments. So what are some of those commandments? Who could tell me what some of those commandments are? And then we're gonna jump right into the lesson after that. What's some of these commandments that we're supposed to keep? We talking about love. We talking about brotherhood and sisterhood. What's some of the commandments we supposed to keep? Somebody else on the street is going to say, that don't make no sense to me. That don't make no sense to me. We just had Valentine's Day. I bought my wife a whole bunch of flowers. I bought a brand new ring to recommit our marriage. You know what I'm saying? They did a whole lot of extra. They did this and they did that. And they're going to say that was love. That was love. That was love, but that was not love. You know what I'm saying? And this is how we know. Right now, we getting we got scriptures coming in. Aqua Ferrari said tithing, and no voting. That's great. Let's go to both of them. Let's look at them real quick. Tithing is going to be found in Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 11. We mention that every time before we get out of here, class, and the security announcements. Very, very important one. It's one of the biggest hustles you can find. One of the biggest hustles you can find is pushing the Most High, is pushing this Bible. Reason why I say that, it's a product you can sell that you don't have to have on hand and bulk. You need no inventory, no space for it. Why? Because you're selling an emotion, a feeling. You're selling a lie. They selling a lie. They selling feel good. You know what I'm saying? It's a big motivational speech. You feel me? That they push and they pump out of these churches. You feel me? And as a result, they get flooded with money and donations and quote unquote tithes. But we're gonna look up at we're gonna pull Malachi chapter 3 right now and see what it is when it's talking about those tithes. We're gonna go ahead and pull that law up real quick. Those tithes are supposed to go to the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, to Commander General Yohana. You know why they're supposed to go there? Because we are the only ones ordained by the Most High to be out here teaching this Bible, teaching this truth, period, point blank. Everybody else is a hustle. When Christ was walking, it wasn't to Christ. It wasn't a Christ on the south side, a Christ on the west side. Then you had a Christ on the north side. You know what I'm saying? And they was all working together for the Most High. It didn't work like that. It wasn't a Moses from Egypt and then another Moses from Samaria or Babylon. It didn't work like that. It was just one, and it's always been that way. It's never. When Christ came on the scene, even John had to shut down what he had going on. You feel me? At least he was supposed to. He is supposed to shut down what he had going on as well. So it's never been what you see now, where you got 50 million denominations. 50 million doggone pastors, everybody bringing you the word of the Lord. They lying. It's never been like that. Everybody's just robbing you blind. They're robbing you blind, and because you don't realize they're robbing you blind, you feel me? You give up your money, you give up your tithes to people who do not deserve that, and that money should not go to them. Should go again to the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Malachi chapter 3 verse 8 says, will a man rob the Most High? And then it says, and it's a rhetorical question. Reason being, we rob them all the time. And he's going to tell you how. A man can rob the Most High. You can't go up there gunpoint and stick him up. You feel me? You can't pick his pockets. Don't work like that. But you know how you can rob them? You can rob them and not paying these tithes to where they're supposed to go, like he commanded and directed and ordered us to do so. Will a man rob the Most High? Yet ye have robbed me. But ye say, wherein have we robbed thee? You got people that go to church all the time. How we rob you, Lord? I just dropped a stack in the church last week. You feel me? They passed the collection plate around 4 times. I put money in there every time. Every time I put something in there, I broke it up so I can put something in there. Every time it came around, it says you rob me and tithe and offerings, because again, you giving it to men that it don't belong to. You're giving it to people and organizations that it don't belong to. Verse 9, ye are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation. You have millions and billions of Christians and Muslims. And again, that gate to destruction is very wide. That's the wide gate that it's referring to. You feel me? That gate to righteousness, that path to righteousness is a narrow path, only found in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Verse 10 says, hold on, what happened? That's all good. Verse 10 says, bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in mine house. And prove me now wherewith, said the Lord, the Most High of armies, if I would not open you the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing, that there should not be room enough to receive. All we get when you turn on this television and all over the place, you know what I'm saying, internet and whatsoever, you know what I'm saying, you see what we get. We get pain, destruction. We get addiction in our neighborhood. We get incarceration throughout our neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? We get confusion. However, you know what I'm saying? You know what we don't get the blessings that the Most High is talking about in the scriptures, in these verses right here. Why? Because we don't get over tithes. We don't direct those tithes to where they're supposed to go. All right, what else we got? Verse 11, and I will rebuke the devourer for your sakes, and he shall not destroy the fruits of your ground. Neither shall your vine cast their fruit before the time in the field. When it's talking about the fruit, your vine and so forth, that's where you reaping what you, that's the work that we do, and what we get back from that work that we do. We work to go to work. You feel me? We work to keep on slaving, and be able to slave, pay money for fuel, for transportation, to get back to slave again the next week. We're not living. All we're doing is surviving. And the reason why we're only doing surviving is because we're still in this captivity. If we're going to get out of this captivity, we're going to free ourselves from this captivity. It starts with that tithe. And it starts with putting those tithes in the right place. Right now, our people are suffering. They busting them over here by the busloads, you know what I'm saying? They're just dropping them off in the hood and forgetting about them. And the money that we've given to these churches, to these mosques, it's enough we will be self-sufficient. We'll be self-sufficient, but we give it away to the wrong people. We give it to the ones who are not called, not ordained by the Most High. So that's a great one that she brought up. Sister Aqua from Nizam Anah said, Exodus 22 and 21, not to oppress the weak. Let's get it. That's a good one. Let's pull it up. You're going to see a lot of your laws, your statutes and commandments going to be found in your Deuteronomy, your Exodus, your Leviticus, your first couple of chapters and so forth. So let's get this one up real quick. All right. Thou shalt neither vex a stranger. Now, I was just talking about the strangers when I was talking about the immigrants that's coming over here. It's so many of our people so quick to jump on the damn bandwagon. We so quick to jump on the bandwagon. We got a problem with the Mexicans. We got a problem with the Venezuelans coming over here right now. We got a problem with our own brothers and sisters because our greedy behinds, our selfish selves, so concerned, so worried about somebody else getting something that we're not going to get. And even though we've never, ever gotten it before, America has never given us anything that we didn't have to fight, bleed, die for. And even when they did that, it came with a clause. It came with a clause. It came with a catch-22 in a contract somewhere in there. You feel me? It's nothing that they've ever given us without us having to fight for it, yet and still, we still believe that, you know what I'm saying, somebody else is getting something other than what we're getting. We still see our brothers and sisters getting the little trinkets, and that's really all they are. The trinkets that they're getting from these other these trinkets that they're getting from other places, from the government or whatever. And we think it's so much more than what we have, or they would actually give it to us if they didn't give it to them, which is a damn lie. They haven't given it to you now up until now. So why would they give it to you now? Because they're not giving it to them. It doesn't work like that. We are that nation that's undesired. In the Bible, we the nation that's undesired. Why? Because we're the nation that truly have that one real God. We are his people. And because we are his people, they always and will always have a perpetual hatred towards us. And the more and more we follow them, we adopt their same characteristics, and we don't love each other as well. What we talk about in this class, this brotherhood and this sisterhood, this actual love that we speak of, this love is something, again, it's a resource, and it's for us. And if we had it for us, just like we were talking about with the tithes, like we're talking about with this, again, it would benefit us. But because we take that and we give that away to everybody else, we don't have that as a people. You feel me? So it says, thou shalt neither vex a stranger coming, it's one of us coming from another land, nor oppress him. We shouldn't oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. We were strangers in the land of Egypt, and the Most High still looked out for us, still brought us out, even though we were still following we were still following Egyptology. We were following that mess way back then, and even though we followed it way back then, the Most High still honoring his promises that he made to our forefathers. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good one that she brought out. My real brought up the dietary law. Again, we're not supposed to eat pork, shrimp, lobster, and crab. And when we do, we suffer as a result of it. You can see it in our community. You can see it in the nation. You see it with us. You see it with us all day long. Yet and still, we still go against what the Most High say do. We suffer for it, and we scratch our head, and we wonder why. We wonder why. But again, that goes back to this dietary law. That dietary law is going to be found in Leviticus. I want to say Leviticus chapter 17, if I'm not mistaken. My rib also mentioned not celebrating holidays and birthdays. We just came up off a couple of them. You feel me? We're not supposed to celebrate these different holidays and birthdays. Give me 1 second, Salakia.
Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
All right, Salakia, I'm back. Salakia. But again, yeah, these holidays, these birthdays, again, that comes directly from the oppressor. That comes from these other nations. That's the worship of another God. All the things that the Most High told us not to do. All the things that, again, we've been lied and convinced that these things are love. We think that's the way that you show love. You show love by getting somebody a good birthday gift. That's how you show love. You show love by getting them good Valentine's Day gifts and Christmas gifts and so forth. Now realizing those are the things that destroy us as a nation. That destroys our identity. That destroys our pride. We have more pride, more pride, more respect for these other nations, their false gods, their holidays, as opposed than we do for our own selves. How many of us are unalive behind birthdays and birthday gifts? How many of us are unalive? Homes are broken up behind Valentine's Day, behind Christmas, behind these different fake holidays, these false idols and false gods that we worship that we should not. And again, by doing that, we don't even realize we're not showing love to each other. We're not practicing love. We're not practicing brotherhood and sisterhood. We're practicing what the oppressor wants us to practice. And that's love for him. That's worship for him. That's obedience to him, not obedience to the Most High. All right. My Reb also put honor in your brother, and we should honor our brothers, our sisters, honor our mothers, our fathers, and so forth. And that honor, that all revolves around us following these laws, statutes, and commandments. Akwaf Nizam Anah brought up Leviticus 19 and 18. Let's pull it. We're gonna pull it out a little bit later on too, but we might as well get it right now. Leviticus 19 and 18. All right, now if this is your first time again watching the class, I'm going through the King James Bible app online. And I'm doing it this way just so you can kind of see me navigate through it. So again, if this is your first time, you'll be able to pull that up as well, be able to get to those scriptures on your own. So even if you can't afford to go get you a Bible, get you a King James version Bible, preferably King James VA, that VA indicating the Apocrypha. You can download one, or you can download one online and have the app online and have that word with you at all times. You feel me? You can have it with you at all times. You can go online and pull it up the way the way that I'm putting it up now, or you can actually download the actual app for it. You can have it that way. The benefit with that app, you can kind of save scriptures, write notes, color code it, the whole nine. This word, this Bible, this truth is something that we suffer that we suffer as a result of not having. Hosea 4:6 says, "My people." Everything in that Bible is going to be possessive pronouns. It says, "My people suffer from a lack of knowledge." That knowledge that it's talking about is the knowledge of this Bible. You go get any job. You can go get a job at McDonald's right now. They're gonna teach you how to dip them French fries in that grease. You feel me? They're gonna teach you how to flip the burgers. It don't matter what job you get. You can go to a job, you know what I'm saying, working for Cisco or something. They're gonna teach you how to solder the circuits on the circuit boards. You feel me? You're gonna get what's called OJT, that on the job training right there on the spot. Our sisters are number one for degrees. You feel me? Number one for degrees. Most college educated embodiment of people there is. You know what I'm saying? That's us. So when it's talking about lack of knowledge, that's the knowledge that it's referring to. It's not referring to the knowledge of this world. It's not referring to mathematics or science or the different things you learn on your job and so forth. It's referring to the knowledge that's in this Bible. Now, keep that in mind. We also are we do the main ones deep in church. You can go to church in any city, right? You can go to church in any city, Chicago, Detroit, New Orleans. New Orleans is coming straight off of Fat Tuesday right now. I guarantee you, right after Fat Tuesday, when Sunday hit, the damn churches was packed. I guarantee they was packed. On every block, they were packed. You go to any of our cities, you got a church here, a church there, a church right down the street, a church down the corner. And yet and still, when Hosea 4:6 said we suffer from a lack of knowledge, that's the knowledge that we do not have. Because even though you have all of these churches, none of them are teaching you the truth. None of them are teaching you the Bible. They're teaching you religion, right? They're teaching you Christianity, right? Christianity, that's Valentine's Day. Christianity, that's Christmas. Christianity, that's your birthday. That's what Christianity and that's what that is. So when it says my people suffer from a lack of knowledge, that's the knowledge that it's referring to. Not knowing who we are, because our identity it lies within this Bible. You feel me? Who we are is inside of this Bible. What we're supposed to do is inside of this Bible. Salvation and getting free from these damn devils, it's inside of this Bible. You tired of getting up, going to work every day? You feel me? Every day, all week long. Then 2 weeks later, you get your check, and you barely got enough to keep going to the next week. That the way to get away from that is inside this Bible right here. You feel me? You tired of all the crime in your neighborhood. All they do is sell drugs in your neighborhood. They steal cars in your neighborhood. You tired of all of that? The way to get free from all of that is right here inside of this Bible. But that's the knowledge that we do not have. That's the knowledge we don't have, and that's also the knowledge that we don't seek. Because we've been out since 1969 teaching that very knowledge for free. Don't charge nothing. You're not going to find no collection plate at camp when we at camp. We put a little bucket out. You can give a donation if you want, but you giving a donation is not a prerequisite on us teaching the truth out there. We don't get up there and be quiet until we get some money in the bucket. You feel me? We don't have no designated time to pass the bucket around. It don't work like that, and it shouldn't work like that. We shouldn't be prophesying for a profit, like the scriptures say, like these churches do. You feel me? All right, so Leviticus 19 to chapter 18, and then I see Aqua Diana put Leviticus 19 to 17. So we're just going to start at 17 and work our way down. You know what I'm saying? She said, "Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart." And Aqua Nizam and I said, "Not to bear grudge." And both of those go hand in hand. Starting with who your brother is in 17. and then let you know not to bear no grudge against them. See, Christianity has taught us when it says not to bear no grudge, we think that automatically transcends, or that means white people. That automatically means the oppressor for everything that they did to you. I know they raped your grandmother, they killed your grandfather, the whole night, everything that they did to us, we automatically transcend that being to, well, if I want to make it to heaven, I can't bear no grudge against them. And that's not what this Bible is saying. That's the knowledge that we don't have. We think it's saying to forgive them for all the wrongs, all the crimes they committed against us. But this Bible is a family book with family laws. This is a family heirloom with family laws that was stolen from the family. And the family don't know how to use it no more because somebody stole it, and then they said it was theirs. They said it was everybody's. This belongs to everybody, but it never belonged to everybody. It only belonged to the children of Israel, so-called Blacks, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Indians. So Leviticus 19, chapter 19, verse 17 starts off saying, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. And you got a colon right there, right? It told you shouldn't hate your brother in thy heart. Got a colon. What else? It says, thou shalt in any wise rebuke or correct thy neighbor. Then you got a comma, and not suffer sin upon them. So we just got a whole bunch right there. First, we learned that we're not supposed to hate our brother in our heart, that heart being your mind, right? Then it says, thou shalt in any wise, in any kind of way, you should rebuke your neighbor. You see him doing something wrong, you correct him. Love is correction, right? And it says, and not suffer sin upon him. If I see my brother getting ready to eat pork, maybe he don't know. Maybe his parents didn't know. They came up trying to be good Americans. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like what the title of the class is. They thought it was wiser to be Americans as opposed to being Israelites or black, right? So maybe they taught him it was okay. It's the other white meat. If we see that, we supposed to say, hey, nah, bro, you can't eat that. Or you're not supposed to eat that. Why? Because we're Israelites. And God told us not to eat it. I'm not going to suffer sin upon him. You feel me? I'm not going to allow sin upon him. Now, if he chooses to eat it after I done said that to him, I'm not going to snatch it out of his hand. You feel me? I'm not going to go to that extent of it, but I am going to rebuke and let him know, or correct him and let him know, no, we're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to do that, brother. You feel me? And now I said this is for brothers. So now we're finna learn in verse 18, you feel me? Is this for everybody? Because it says, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart, thou shalt not in any wise rebuke thy neighbor. Let you know your brother is thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him. Verse 18, thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against who? These your neighbors right here, the children of thy people. Comma, but thou shalt love. We always saying we get what this love is right now. These laws, statutes, and commandments. Love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Most High. So what Sister Nizama now was bringing out in that one is you're not supposed to avenge or bear any grudge against your brother. You feel me? When Moses came out and he saw the two slaves going at it, he saw the one slave smite the other slave, right? That's slave behavior because we weren't allowed to have any aggression towards the oppressor. Because we weren't allowed to have any aggression towards the oppressor. We couldn't get no vengeance on the oppressor. We took out everything we was feeling against our own brothers and our own sisters. And we're not supposed to do that. If anybody deserves your compassion, if anybody deserves your forgiveness, that's going to be your brother or your sister. You feel me? Yahweh Shema, the thumb about Shemi Yahweh Shah. We got Aqua Ana in the building. It's good to see you here tonight. I know you probably got that little young man in the background painting, listening as well. So it's good to see you here. But again, if anybody deserves your compassion, for you to look the other way, for you to forgive, that's supposed to go to your brother and your sister because they're going through the same things that you're going through. You got so many of us, like I started out in the class in the beginning of tonight with the Venezuelans and the different immigrants coming over here with our own brothers and sisters in the hood mad at them. But they missed the first part of what I just said. In the damn hood, mad at them. Nigga, you in the hood. If they cared about you, you wouldn't be there to begin with. If they cared about you where you stayed at, it wouldn't be considered the hood. If they cared about you. As much money as this place has, as much money as this place generates, as much money as this place wastes. You heard me, right? Waste. America just approved, they just approved a $95 billion package, a $95 billion package for Ukraine and for Israel. They already give Israel, I want to say $48 to $50 billion a year for being a fake imposter, for pretending to be you, right? They already give them that, even though the Amalek, Jewish man, the imposter, owns all your media, owns all your music. That's one of the richest set of people there is. That's your diamond district. You feel me? That's all your entertainment, right? Get 50 billion every year, 48 to 50 billion every year, on top of the billions they don't get. They just approved now for this quote unquote war that they're in right now. Then you also done already gave Ukraine 3 billion, right? Since this war done began. Now they're getting some more billions. We went over in class before how they spent 303 million every day for 20 years straight for Afghanistan. But yet and still, because our brothers are coming over here, because they destroying their homes and their communities where they at. They're destroying where they're at, right? And then they tell them to come on over. We got jobs. Come on over. We got you. We got you. Then they get over here. They get over here. And what they do, they put it right in front of our face, right in front of their own brothers and sisters' faces, and we get mad and we angry at our own brothers and sisters for going through the same stuff we going through. Right, the same oppressor that's done did us wrong, and now they putting the same tricks on them, and we mad at each other. We got to be wiser than that. And this is what it's talking about when it says, "Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people." We supposed to prefer and look out for one another. We supposed to love one another. If it's nobody else, it should be us. And that's what we're going to kind of touch on. We're going to touch on in a couple of scriptures here tonight. Aqua Farah said facts. And then she said, but we got to work until 80 to get Social Security. Tell me, damn right, 80 years old to get Social Security. Even though Afghans, that they fought for 20 years, that they paid $303 million every day, not 364 days, but 365 days a year for 20 years straight. They paid $303 million every day to fight them, right? To fight them. They came right on over and got Social Security. Never paid for it, never worked for it. They got Social Security. They got Airbnbs, right? Right? They got health care. They straight. They open it up on stores right in your neighborhood right now. You going right to their stores right now, buying games, cigarillos, and blunts and everything else from them right now. And they getting Social Security. But you couldn't get it. Like Sister Rod said, you got to work till you 80 years old to get it. And then the part that we didn't even really talk about in class. Who knows what happened? Right now, I told you they spent $303 million a day, right, on that war for 20 years straight. When America got ready to leave, right? When they got ready to leave, what did they do with all the stuff they bought? Who knows? Who knows what they did with all the stuff they bought from over there? All the tanks and the planes and the missiles and the weapons, all those guns and artillery that they bought. That whole base is set up, right? Those bases that's set up over there. What did they do with all that stuff? Because that's a lot of money to be dropping 300-something million a day when you can't afford the immigrants that's coming over here. You ain't got no money for them, right? You ain't got no money for them. You ain't got no home for them. I just heard some last night where in Chicago, they're getting ready to kick them out the shelter. How the hell you kick them out the shelter? What we do with all that stuff? Here we go. Yep. Aquaf Nizam and now she said they left everything behind. Yep. Officer Mutaz Akra said they left everything behind. My rib in the background here and said, yep, they left every damn thing behind. They gave it to them. Sister Yes said the same thing. They left it behind. Sister Deanna said the same thing. They left it behind. So when they do all that talking about money, if money's so important, if resources so important, if the enemy fighting the enemy, if just fighting the enemy is that much important, if fighting the enemy is that important, how you leave the weapons over there for the enemy? What sense that make? Somebody break into your house. You got guns, you got money, everything else downstairs. You go here, you can have that, and you run upstairs. you leave that down, and you say you can have that, you run upstairs. But you worried about the enemy. You worried about, their resources. That's a damn lie. They're not worried about it. The only thing they worry about is keeping you deaf, dumb, and blind. The only thing they worry about is keeping you from not knowing who you are. Hosea 4:6. a lack of knowledge. My people suffer for a lack of knowledge. They worried about making sure you never, ever, ever get that knowledge you're supposed to get. Like so Aqua Farad said, make it make sense. It don't make no damn sense. It don't make no sense because they could care less about that. It's not about no money. America got 400, 500, damn near 1,000 years worth of free labor. What you mean money? It has nothing to do with money. Nothing to do whatsoever with money. 24 billion, I think, for the space program. Space Force program, fighting the enemy that's not even there. You feel me? You just approved 95 billion for Ukraine and for Israel. On top of the 48 billion that you give them every year anyway. On top of the 800 and 900 billion you spend on the military, period, every year. Come on, man. Make it, yeah, like Aqua Farad said, make it make sense. Aqua Nizam Anas says everyone can have it but Israel. That's their motto. Exactly. And when she said Israel, she means blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. Their enemies can have it, right? Their allies can have it. Everybody can have it but you. And when it comes to you, for you, we're going to have y'all fight each other. We're going to make y'all fight all these imaginary dollars that you never going to get any damn way. But because we so selfish, because we become such individuals, and we so selfish and we have no kind of brotherhood and no kind of sisterhood. Oh, they getting it. They getting that money. They getting it. They got to go. When they do go, you're not going to get it, right? Just like you didn't get it before they got over here, you didn't get it. And you're not going to get it. And it's a hustle and it's a ploy just to keep us fighting against one another. It's a scene in Django, right? It's a scene in Django that always stuck out to me when the two brothers is in there fighting to the death, and you got the devils in the background smoking cigars, laughing, ha 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 ha. That's why I don't really care for sports like that no more. I can't sit down and watch a football game. I can't sit down and watch no basketball game because whenever they come on, that's what I see. I see the devils in the background smoking their cigars. Look at my niggas. My niggas versus your niggas. We're gonna see who's gonna win. That's what I see when I watch when that's so for me, it's difficult for me to watch that. Nizam and I said, man, didn't go fight. Exactly. That when it came to boxing and all of that, the fight, that's what that was. That's what that is. Aqua Farad says it's about power and control and oppression. Damn right. And that's all it's about. Aqua Farad also says, so I can't do it either. It's like if I go to any of the brothers' crib, you know what I'm saying? They might have a game or something on. I'm going to have me a cold beverage. You feel me? I'm going for the cold beverages. I'm going for the cold beverages in the brotherhood. I really can give a damn about the game. I care less about the game. Reason being, that's what's in my mind when it comes to that. I know the hustle behind that. You feel me? I know the hustle. And even though we look at the stars and the entertainers and the athletes like they're so much better off than us, but that's the whole argument that they had. That's the whole argument behind the house nigga, field nigga. That's what that is. Now, Aquaf Ana said they left it. You might be a little bit behind in the video, Aquaf Ana, but you are absolutely correct. They left everything over there. Aquaf Nizam Ana said they gave him a bit, didn't give him. You heard, tell me about it. Give me a brew, and we're gonna sit there. I'm gonna talk with my brothers and sisters, and I ain't really worried about too much of. And like, oh God, I know. And then like Aquaf Nizam Ana said, then they gave him a bit after the fight. After he just got through unaliving his brother. And it was deeper than that because they had us not only abuse the brothers abuse other brothers, they had the brothers abuse the sisters as well. Officer Mataz Zakara did a hell of a class a couple months back talking about the breeding farms. You know what I'm saying? It was they get off on us hurting one another. They like to see us hurt one another. They love to see that. And they don't mind paying to see that. See, one thing about this devil, they'll pay for their entertainment. Make them laugh, make them cry. You know what I'm saying? They'll pay for it, make them cheer. If you make them cheer, they need some dollars for them making them cheer. But just do not ever make them feel the shame that they deservedly supposed to feel for the crime they've committed against our people. If you do that, now we got a problem. Y'all are absolutely correct. Let's go ahead and finish up this verse, and we're going to get to the topic. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. The children of thy people, that's your neighbor. Not the people that stay next door to you, stay down the street to you. That don't mean anything. Your people are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. I am the Most High. That's who told us. That's how we know what love is. That's how we know who our neighbor is. You feel me? Our knowledge, our wisdom, it comes from this Bible right here. It don't come from anywhere else. It doesn't come from anywhere else. All right, so we got a couple more. Diana had Exodus chapter 20, verse 7, and Exodus 20, verse 14. Exodus 20, verse 7 saying, thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. Let's pull these two. Then we're going to get to the topic, and we're going to go from there. All right. Understand? Let's go to Exodus chapter 20 and verse 7. Again, now, if this is your first time in class, let me check the Instagram real quick. If this is your first time in class, make sure you put your city name and state. If you have any questions, by all means, if you have any questions, go ahead and put that in the chat. We're going to address that. If it's something we saying you don't agree with, you might be like the Viking that chimed in last week. You might be the Viking that chimed in. If you don't agree with what we say, put that in the chat as well. One thing you're gonna find out about the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, none of my brothers, none of these priests and officers in here, we ain't got no coward in us. That's a requirement. No cowards allowed. You can't have that in here. Again, so if you feel any kind of way about what we say, agree or disagree, by all means, put that in the chat and we're gonna address that. All right, so we are at Exodus chapter 20 and verse 7. Let me get it back on my screen. We got it right there. Learn something new every day. All right. It says, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord of the Most High power, thy power in vain. For the Most High will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Who knows what that means? Because see, for the longest time when I was growing up, I remember the church lying about that to us. I remember them lying to us about that. Then even when we were younger. Even when we was younger, they called them cuss words or cussing and so forth, right? And there was certain cuss words, there was certain ones you say, and you liable to get smacked in the mouth if you said them. You know what I'm saying? One of them being, goddamn. You say goddamn in there, it's gonna be a whole problem. You don't take the Lord's name in vain, and now you got to duck and fend for your life. You know what I'm saying? If you say that, even though you don't heard the adults saying it. And so you trying to be like them, so you mimic and copy them, and they ready to knock the teeth out your mouth if they hear you say it. Who knows what does that mean to say to take the Most High's name in vain? Who tell? What does that mean? Who knows? Who knows what that means? What does that mean? Or maybe I should rephrase it. Okay, hold on. Aqua Fried said furniture move. Exactly. And again, this goes right back to what we were saying earlier as far as that Hosea 4 and 6. My people suffer from a lack of knowledge. We think, I know I was taught taking the Most High's name in vain was saying, God damn. That's saying that's taking the Most High's name in vain. But the way that we know that that's not true, how do we know that's not true? Now, I know y'all know because y'all always come to class. What's one way we know that saying goddamn is not taking the Lord's name in vain? Who can tell me? Let me see if y'all know. Who can tell me? Then we're going to get to these scriptures. Well, actually, no, we got one more. Then we're going to get to these scriptures. But how do we know that that's not true? How do we know? And if I don't get it soon, I'm just going to give you the answer. Quick way. It's always easy. It's always very easy to decipher or dispel what these Christians, what these wannabe pastors and preachers and so forth be saying, because again, they don't know this Bible. They don't know the truth of this Bible. They have none of the knowledge that's in here. So because they don't have none of that knowledge that's inside of that Bible, they really speak and say what they feel. You feel me? But it's not based off of reality. It's not based off what the Lord has already instructed and told us. So how do we know? How do we know that saying that saying goddamn is not taking the Lord's name in vain. I'm gonna pull another scripture to show you right now how we can tell, how we can figure that part out. Right now, how you can tell that that's not. Damn it, where is it at? All right, let's pull that real quick. The way that we can tell, the way that we know that that's not what that's saying, or that's not what that means. Is it right there? Let's see, Exodus 6. Let's see. The way that we know that that's not what that means is, what's the Most High's name? Who knows what the Most High's name is? Let's see if it shows Exodus 6. Who knows what the Most High's name is? All right, so I don't see no answer, but I know y'all know because y'all always are in. Y'all always in Lashawan Quadash class. So y'all know who the Most High's name is. When they say Christ, right? When they say Christ, they so ignorantly call him Jesus Christ. It wasn't no J's in our language. It's about the 1600s or before. There it go. There it go. There it goes. There's a little bit delay coming up here. Look, Officer Mataz Zachariah put it in the Hebrew. He put it in the Hebrew form. Yahweh. Yahweh is his name. Aqua Farai said Yahweh. Yahweh is his name. Aqua Diana said Yahweh. Aqua Anah said Yahweh. And Aqua Nizam Anah said Yahweh. Yahweh is his name. That's how you know right there that again, when we say goddamn, that's not taking the Most High's name in vain. You feel me? Christ's name is Yahweh Shah. The Most High's name is Yahweh. When it's scripture right here, when it's talking about not taking the Lord's name in vain, that's just like with your father, right? If you was fortunate enough to grow up with your father in the house, right? Your father, you couldn't. I know. It was always, and I'll tell you about me, right? My mother. I always grew up calling my mother by her first name. Now, my mother had me when she was young, real young when my mother had me. You know what I'm saying? So I always grew up calling her by her first name. I never forget, I had got into Esau's military, and it was a brother. You know what I'm saying? I want to say the brother might have fact. What was pre from? He may have been I'm down there from y'all. I'm Aquaf Nizam and now. He may have been. I think he was from New Orleans because we ended up going to the Mardi. That was my first time going to Mardi Gras once we got out later on. You feel me? Me and this brother was real cool. And I never forget, we all in line, call, they give you that one phone call like you're locked up. You know what I'm saying? And I called her, I'm talking to my mother, and I call her about her first name, right? And after I got off, me and him sitting there chilling, and we talking, he was like, yo, you call your mother, you know what I'm saying? Such. I said, yeah, I always grew up calling her that. And we got to talking, and he was telling me how, you know what I'm saying, he was taught that was disrespectful. You feel me? He would never call his mother by that. And it wasn't we was cool like that. So it wasn't a conversation where it was contentious. You know what I'm saying? I didn't take offense to what he was saying. And when he said it, from that point on, I never called my mother by her first name ever again after that. It was always either mom or, you know what I'm saying, something like that afterward. Because I never even looked at it because I had been raised that way. To me, it didn't come across to me as disrespectful. Now, when I had children of my own, for them to call me by my name, I would have felt some kind of way about it. You feel me? It matter of fact, to be honest, my children always said, yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? They always said, yes, sir, or dad. You know what I'm saying? Something of that nature. So it's the same thing when we're talking about the Most High. If I was using my mother's name, it was going to be for a specific reason. And that's what it means by not taking it in vain. You're not using it for anything. So just how like these Christians be in church and be like, Jesus, 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 Lord, 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 all that garbage they be doing in church is in vain. It's for nothing. When we say the Most High's name, when we saying the curses in the Sabbath service, or we're saying the blessings in the Sabbath service, we're saying his name with it. When we do say the Most High's name, when we saying Yahweh, we saying it for a very specific reason, for a very poignant reason. We're not just saying it just to be doggone saying it. You feel me? But again, that goes right back to what it's saying as far as Hosea 4:6. My people suffer from a lack of knowledge. Not only do we misuse that, we think God actually is God's name, when God is just a title. That word Allah that they use for the rock worshipers. The rock worshipers, Allah is just the rock. You feel me? That word Allah is just another title that means God. You know what I'm saying? So this is what this scripture is talking about. If you're going to use the Most High's name, you should be using the Most High's name with the utmost respect, the utmost courtesy. If you're going to vow or take a vow or oath and anything of that nature, that should be taken serious. And it's something that we don't take serious anymore underneath these people and learning from this kingdom here. So this is what this scripture is referring to. All right. And then Aqua Diana had one more, but give all of y'all a hand. Y'all absolutely correct. His name, the Most High's name is Yahweh. Not Yeshua, not Yahweh, not none of these other things, not other than the Yiddish or Jewish or heathen translations that they get from reading our Bible, taking our words, our Bible, and trying to translate it in their tongue or so forth. You know what I mean? That's not his name. All right. Aqua Diana had one more. She had Exodus 20:14. Thou shalt not commit adultery. All right. So now with that one, that thou should not commit adultery. What is adultery? Who can type in the chat real quick? What's adultery? And then we're gonna jump on these scriptures to get to this title, this topic right here. What's adultery? Who can tell me what adultery is real quick? And if I don't get it too fast or in a short amount of time, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you what's adultery. Because it's kind of two definitions of adultery when you're talking about adultery in the Bible. And it's another one, just like they say, goddamn, it's taking the Lord's name in vain when it's not. Just like they say that all people are God's people or God's children when it's not. Just like they say love is a feeling and an emotion. You celebrate your birthday and Christmas and Valentine's Day and all that other mess that's just not true. This is another one when they talk about adultery. Again, it's important that you really know the definition behind adultery. A woman commits adultery. I'm going to go ahead and give it to you for time's sake. A woman commits adultery when she sleeps with another man outside of her husband. That's adultery. There you go. Aqua Fryer chimed in. She said sleeping with another man's wife or a woman sleeping with anyone other than her husband. That first part she said was sleeping with another man's wife. So another man sleeping with another man's wife, right? That would be considered adultery. Now, Aqua Diana said unlawful sex, which is that's more so on the lines of fornication, but that is correct though, because sleeping with another man's wife is unlawful sex, and a sister sleeping with another man, period, would be considered unlawful sex. So in that sense, that's correct. It's only because of that second definition, or that second way to kind of explain adultery where that wouldn't apply. And in that sense, when the Most High says it calls us an adulterous, you know what I'm saying, nation, and adulterous people, reason being in the Bible, when we start following these other different religions, the Most High considers that adultery as well. You feel me? So if you celebrating Christmas, the Most High considers that to be adulterous. You just celebrated Valentine's Day, you know what I'm saying, a couple of days ago, the Most High considers that to be adultery. You feel me? Because you stepping out on your God, your heritage, your culture, and you follow another God or culture or another nation, you know what I'm saying? And so that would be considered adultery as well. So y'all are absolutely correct. That's what that goes to. And we're going to go ahead and jump right into the topic. Topic of the class. I think I titled it. What did I title? It's a good question. What did I title? I know I titled it along the lines of being black or being American. Which one is wiser? Which one is wiser? So I'm going to ask y'all the question then. Which one of y'all consider to be wiser? What's wiser, to be black or African American or Native Indian or Latino or Boricua, or what's wiser, to be those or to be an Israelite? Or to be and when I say those, when I'm saying the other titles like Black, Latino, Hispanic, Native Indian, Dominican, Jamaican, when I'm saying all of those, when I'm saying all of those, really, that's me saying Israelite. You feel me? So I need to clarify that. As opposed to you being an American. What's wiser? What's wiser? Now we know in here when we say Black, Latino, Native Indian, maybe I should have titled it a little bit better, because I'm saying it out loud, I can see how it can be a little bit confusing. But again, when I'm saying those titles, when I'm saying Black, Latino, Native Indian, when I'm saying that, I'm saying it, what's wiser, to be an Israelite or to be an American? And as the answers come in, right? Aqua Friday said Black with an exclamation point. She meant that. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised you didn't put it in all caps. I would have answered in all caps. You know what I'm saying? And I never forget, I was having a conversation with a brother. This some years back, and this I always kind of knew I was a little bit different. You feel me? But he's a college educated brother, and we having a conversation about the same circular conversations we have as Black people. What's wrong? Why it's wrong? What's going to take it to change? It's better now, it's not better now, so forth and so forth. And then we get to a point. in the conversation where he goes, well, who would want to be in a world? Where it's just all Black people? Now, when he said this, he said it like he had a point, right? Nigga said it like I'm going to agree with him. But not knowing when he said it, I was like, I gasped like the white woman be gasping in the movies. I was like, I can't believe he just actually said this to me, because my answer, I want everything to be Black. I want the police officers to be Black. I want the firefighters to be Black. If I go to McDonald's, I want the motherfucker working on the fries to be Black. I want everything Black, everything us. If I never, ever, ever, ever in my whole life see another Edomite, another heathen, or any of them, it wouldn't bother me at all. It wouldn't bother me at all. That to me, that's heaven to me. But it wasn't to him, and I didn't realize a lot of our folks thought like that. And as I'm looking at these answers in right now, I again, like-minded. The brothers and sisters in here, we think the same. Aqua Fry said Black. Aqua Fry also said Israelite is the truth. Aqua Anah said Israelite. Aqua Diana said being an Israelite. Aqua Aisha said none of them is an Israel. Damn right. And you know what I'm saying? For me, I've never, you know what I'm saying? It's something I think we are used to and accustomed to just from us being over here. But if I had a choice, if I had a preference, if it was up to me, it wouldn't be nobody but us. And for the longest, I've always thought that it wasn't until that conversation where I really realized, hey, a lot of us don't think like that. I might be a little different, because then it's like after that, the Lord starts to show you different things. So after that, I realized it wasn't just him. It was a lot of my peers, quote unquote peers, that felt the same way. They didn't mind being around this damn oppressor. They didn't mind being around this Edomite. For them, they felt like they when they moved and went to another neighborhood, they wanted the neighborhood to have more oppressors in it. It's safer here. The value of the houses are more here. You feel me? For me, I just didn't have that in me. That's just something that wasn't in. And this is prior to me even coming in the truth. That's just something that wasn't in me. Lupe Fiasco had a son that said a song called All Black Everything. I used to play that song all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, that was ideal for everything to be all us. None of them. All us and none of them. You know what I'm saying? But everybody doesn't feel that way. So that's why I asked that question, what's wiser? Now, with that being said, and everybody kind of stating their answers, who's ever heard of Neil deGrasse Tyson? Who's ever heard of him before? Let me get this off the screen. Who's ever heard of him before? Officer Matai Zachariah said that the proof that we hate ourselves and love the oppressor. You know, before it's crazy you say that, right, Officer Matai Zachariah. Before Kanye got strung out on Becky, right? Before he got strung out on Becky, in one of his lines, I think it's All Falls Down. One of my favorite lines he says is that they made us love their wealth and hate ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And I always loved that line because that line was always so true. Like it summed up so much for me. We love their wealth, their money, their cars, we love that. And as a result, we don't even realize we hate each other as a result of it. For me, I'm old enough to say I was here when the bling bling era started. And it was crazy to me in the very beginning. It took me a minute for it to kind of grow on me. You feel me? It took a minute for it to grow on me because it just didn't make sense to me. We didn't have nothing. We was in the hood, but we was listening to stars and entertainers talking about them bling blinging and what they had. And to me, it just seemed like it was so unbrotherly then. Me not knowing then what real brotherhood and sisterhood really was. You see what I'm saying? I didn't know it then, but it was just something, again, it just didn't sit right with me. You know what I'm saying? Agua Ryan said Khan. Agua Diana said Khan as well. And then Officer Matai Zachariah said, damn right, back before Kardashian destroyed his mind. Tell me about it. And it ain't just him. It's just like with him, it was just amazing to me because Kanye, you know what I'm saying, had dropped like some crazy lines to would have you think that he would be one of the ones that was going to fight against it. You know what I'm saying? He was going to be one of the ones that was going to be a beacon of hope for black folks. And it just didn't turn out that way. Reason being, that's the pull that this oppressor has on all levels. You know what I'm saying? That's Christianity. That's Islam. That's all of that above. That's from the time you hear, you force and you indoctrinated with that. You feel me? You got to really, really, truly love your people to step away and be separate from that, to resist that. And to be in here, to actually fight against that, to fight against that, you got to be a soldier. You got to be a soldier. To be in here, you got to be a soldier. And that goes for our sisters and the brothers as well. You know what I'm saying? Who knows who, and maybe the Khan, right? Aqua Diana said Khan. Was that referring to, do y'all know who Neil deGrasse Tyson is? Who knows who that is? Who knows who Neil deGrasse Tyson is? And let me check on Instagram, make sure. Okay, no, I ain't got no answers, no comments on there. But who knows who Neil deGrasse Tyson is? Who knows? Anybody knows who Neil deGrasse Tyson is? And if you don't, that's fine. That's all right. There you go. Officer Matai Zachariah know. Look, I know Officer Matai Zachariah know. He is an astrophysicist. And not only is he an astrophysicist, he is a black so-called Judite, so-called African. He's a Judite, so-called African American astrophysicist. He is the head. He that HNIC. You know what I'm saying, in the world of NASA and astrophysiology and the stars and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Done been on countless TV shows or whatever. He respected by the us and the Edomites. You feel me? Aqua Farad say a smart black man that wants to look, you still on my thunder right here, Aqua Farad, but you're damn right. Wants to be an oppressor. You feel me? I'm gonna pull up a couple of things that he said. I was gonna play a video, but we trying to limit some of the videos we play on here, at least for right now, to let some of these strikes calm down, because they be getting on us when we play live videos for some reason. I don't know why they be flagging our stuff, but it is what it is. So I just wanted to read a couple of things from him. Oh no, you know you good, Avwa. Hey, I always tell Officer Matai Zachariah. I mean, we were talking about what's the movie? Damn it, Clarence. Yeah, Book of Clarence. I don't believe in spoiler alerts. You done seen the movie, it's good. Tell me what happened. I know what to look for when I'm watching it. You know what I'm saying? So you are to wild. But let's pull up a couple of excerpts from Neil deGrasse Tyson. Aquafina said but yeah, I'm gonna pull it up for you. So first thing I'm gonna do is pull up let me see this one right here, because it gives you a little excerpt on him. This is him. Okay, hold on, you can't see that. Let me pull it up so you can see it on the screen. And for a brother that don't want to be a brother, he looked like a brother straight out the doggone 70s. That's the crazy part about it. You know what I'm saying? This is Neil deGrasse Tyson. All right? This is Neil deGrasse Tyson right here. Neil deGrasse Tyson is an astrophysicist, one of the world's best-known black scientists. But then it says right after that, don't invite him to speak at a Black History Month celebration. You can't make this up. All right. He is the director of the Hayden Planetarium. If you know anything about that Hayden Planetarium, this is where they got one of the world's most powerful telescopes at that Hayden Planetarium. You feel me? This is where they study you know what I'm saying, black holes and different planets and theory. Matter of fact, when we was growing up, right, it was 9 planets, if I'm not mistaken. This the one that took Pluto away. Rib just said in the background, this nigga that got rid of Pluto right here. So if you grew up knowing that it was 9 planets, right, this is the reason why it's only 8 now. He don't want to declassify Pluto as being a planet. Now they don't let us have anything. Like an Officer Mataza our class last night, we saw how hard it is to get ownership of anything. You know what I'm saying, of this kingdom. Well, they let him own that. He the one that got rid of, and like Officer Mataza I just said, he unalived Pluto. You feel me? That's just how respected, how known, you know what I'm saying, he is in his field. Right? He unalived Pluto. Damn right. Aqua Farad said, until he starts talking, he annoys me. Look, I'm with you. I'm with you. I love science fiction and stuff like that. That's always been a thing of mine. I would read science fiction books. I could read that stuff all day long when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? So you feel me? So when he came out on the scene, you know, it's a sense of pride there for a minute. And then, like Aqua Farad said, he started talking, and she said she forgot about the Pluto. Yeah, that nigga got rid of Pluto. But he'll start talking, and once he gets to talking, you realize what I call this is my term now. He one of them graham crackers, you know what I'm saying? I call them graham crackers, you know what I'm saying? They look like us on the outside, but in the inside, they is not they not us. They damn sure don't want to be us. You feel me? All right. So, but it says Neil deGrasse Tyson, director of the Hayden Planetarium at the American Museum of Natural History in New York City. Right. And I just want to go down a little bit further. I wanted y'all to see a picture of him so you can see what it looked like. We're gonna go skip past this. It says first is going through all the different accolades. He want to be maybe one of the best or world's best known black scientists, but don't invite him to speak at a Black History Month celebration. He's probably going to turn you down. It says it's not that 48-year-old Bronx native. Now y'all heard that, right? We always start camp off saying what? We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You feel me? Started out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York. New York is one of them central spots in the world, you feel me, as far as knowledge, information, you feel me, transactions, e-commerce, the whole 9, you know what I'm saying? So this is part of the reason why he's as well known as he is, just because he flourishes in the field where he's at, in the location that he's at. But even in that same location, right there where you're a stone's throw away from the truth, you feel me, at 48 years old, he has no idea of the truth. You feel me? Aqua Fanaz says, okay, yeah, she know who he is now. She see his spit. Yeah, because you done seen him before. He done been on countless television shows and so forth. And part of the reason why they parade him around the way that they do parade him around, because he don't like to be called African American. He's just an American. All right. I'm gonna read the first part, then I'm gonna go to another page on him. If not the 48-year-old Bronx native has anything against the idea of celebrating notable blacks in American history, I don't believe that. Every February, it's just that race doesn't play any part of his line of work. Again, not true. When you look at the first sisters that sent this place to space, right? Them were sisters, 3 sisters. It wasn't 3 Edomites. It wasn't 3 Asians, as much as they try to say how smart they are. It wasn't them. That was 3 sisters. So you would think his chest should be out. You know what I'm saying? And it's field at the end because 3 of his own sisters paved the way for him to get to where he is now. But race doesn't play any part. Not some part, but play any part in his line of work. And that's why he deflects speaking requests. So he don't speak about Black History Month stuff. Last part I'm going to read. It says, if the only time you think of me as a scientist, this is a quote from him, is during Black History Month, then I must not be doing my job as a scientist, he told MSNBC, right? All I tell him is invite me some other month and I'll be happy to give a talk. So again, when it comes to, that's just kind of giving you a shadow. Now, I was always taught to read in between the lines, right? So if you dig a little bit further, it's actually an audio excerpt that I searched, but I couldn't doggone find when he's on a podcast with an Edomite. Edomite, you know what I'm saying? Say something about his race. And I mean, he goes off. He goes off, actually curses everything. You feel me? Then he tries to tone it down and laugh it off like, ha, 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 ha. I'm proud of the human race. Not, you know what I'm saying, the black race or whatever. I'm going to play this one more. I'm going to read this one more part from him. And then I want to get to these scriptures. Now, I highlighted and brought him up, reason being, he's one of the ones that you consider to be wise. You feel me? This is one of the wise of this place, the wise of them. You know what I'm saying? He did an interview on Real Time with Bill Maher. If you don't know Bill Maher, he's a U.S. imposter. Racist I can be. Got a black girlfriend, like to smoke weed, the whole 9. So he gets a pass from a lot of us, but he can't stand us just as much as the rest of the oppressors can't either. But he got a show. Everybody love him. He's supposed to be so outspoken, but really he just another devil that don't mind telling you how we ain't this, we ain't that, if we not American. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what that boils down to. He had him on there. He had him on the show with another guy. The other brother, he don't like being called a brother either. And it says 2 great thinkers who agree America has it wrong about race. Appeared on October 18th. I think the other guy's name, he's a philosopher. Thomas Chatterton Williams, you know, and then astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson. So like sometimes I say he got to be that way. He go home to Becky every night. I bet he do. I bet he bought a whole bouquet of flowers a couple of days ago. You know what I'm saying? It says, while both come from separate disciplines, each agree that the basic concepts of race that are deeply ingrained into American culture are inherently wrong. It's always important to read in between these lines and so forth, because who ingrained race into American culture? Columbus came over here and stole this land. So like Columbus came over here and genocided, you know what I'm saying? Unalived us by the hundreds of millions. Then turned around and put us on the boats by the hundreds of millions. Unalived, rape, robbery, murder, the whole 9. So as much as they try to blur that truth, you feel me, and say it ingrained in American culture, like it just so happened to be that way, when it didn't just so happen to be that way. Even when they got here, they went in unalive and took that land from the Mexicans, from the Tainos and so forth, right? Got a border up now that they can't come back over here now. Now it's called racism, or it's called illegal immigration. When you took it from them and saying they can't come back, but you allow your own folks to come back over here by the hundreds and hundreds of thousands, giving them Social Security, giving them Airbnbs, giving them health care, right? You allow other nations by the hundreds and hundreds of thousands. Asians are the biggest illegal immigrant in the country. Biggest illegal immigrant in the country. But you don't allow us to come over here. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. So when they say ingrained into American culture, like this happenstance, it's just this accident, just something that just that's not the truth. It's not true. It's not true. And so when you hear people like Neil deGrasse Tyson and other of us that want to be them speaking, they always speak like this is some two-sided thing. Oh, we just need to let race grow. Like black people are holding on to race. Latinos are holding on to race. Native Indians are holding on to race, using their race card just because it's something that we want to hold on to. It was a video that came out. I didn't want to play it. If y'all saw the class last night with the generals, you saw where a cop in Florida, right? An acorn drop hits the back of his car, his squad car. They had already locked the brother up, arrested the brother, saying it under suspicion of stealing his girlfriend's car. They done patted the brother down, right? Patted him down. You know how they do us. Pat him down, put him in the car, handcuff him. It's already uncomfortable for you to be in the back of that damn car with your handcuffs anyway, right? So he in the car, handcuffed, sitting there. The cop go by. The one cop, the female cop, is at the door still talking to the girlfriend. The other cop, the male cop, done walk past the car. As he walked past the car, an acorn falls, hits the top of the squad car. This fool jumped down, unloads the whole clip. Unloads the whole clip. Lies. I'm hit. They shooting. I'm hit. They shoot. Busting. His partner come from around the corner, busting too. Both of them shooting at this car, this brother inside the car, handcuffed, that they patted down, that they put inside the car, that they locked the doors on. You feel me? It's not that we want, that brother didn't want to involve race in any of that. You know what I'm saying? But because of where he at, this oppressor, this nation, and because of their perpetual hatred towards us, race is going to be involved in every stop. Race is going to be involved in every discharge of a weapon. That's not something that we made. You feel me? That's just something, truth be told, that's what the Lord made. That's what the Lord made, and that's what the oppressor hates. The oppressor hates that. The oppressor hates you. For the same stuff like Officer Mataza Akra was bringing out last night. You think about it. You in charge of these people, you rape these people, you rob these people, you murder these people, and these same people that you got, right, that you do all these atrocities to, they coming up with the inventions to make your life better. They coming up with the inventions that make picking cotton better. You mad because you want them to hurt and suffer and bleed and everything else. They done made a damn invention that made it easy. You feel me? As much they pump drugs into our neighborhood to destroy everybody, but some kind of way we still here. We still here. Still here, still having babies, still making families, the whole nine. Despite everything they've tried to do to get rid of us altogether. So when they talk about race being ingrained into American culture and it's inherently wrong, notice how they don't say who ingrains it in American culture, why it's inherently wrong. Last part I'm going to read on this page right here, and then we're going to get to these scriptures. It says, racism creates race, not the other way around. Williams told Miles, so I think you have to be able to do two things. We have to fight racism that exists in society, and that we have to, have to keep an eye on imagining a better society that we want to have. All right. Your boy Neil says, I don't think you can get a better future that you can first imagine. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He didn't say that. He said, so I don't think it's enough to be anti-racist, but I think that you also need to be anti-race. You need to be anti-race. You shouldn't even be about, you shouldn't be black. You shouldn't be, shouldn't be any race, really. There's no race. He says no race whatsoever. If this is not a biological reality, I don't think Neil would agree really right. I'm go forward. It says, what I can tell is that when I'm asked what race I am, I say I am the human race. And then everybody in the crowd went wild when he said that. So when I'm asked what race I am, I say I'm the human race. All right. Now this is one of their quote unquote geniuses. You feel me? He's smarter than the average. He's not just smart. He's above average smart. He is what you would consider to be wise. And this is why I asked y'all when we first started this, what's wiser? Now, with what we just read about the brother Neil, right? Do y'all still consider him to be wise, or do y'all change your answer? So I ask you again, what's wiser? Being an Israelite or being an American? What's wiser? Who can tell me what's wiser? And then we're gonna get to these scriptures. What's wiser? What's wiser? Who can tell me? First scripture I'm gonna pull while y'all putting those answer in is a scripture that we always go to in this class right here. It's become one of my favorite scriptures. Sister Kenyessa say she got an opinion. She says she said still wiser to be an Israelite. Aqua Diana said it's still wiser to be they coming in. I see Israelite across the board. And then I'm gonna pull the scripture up right here. So y'all saying y'all disagree with this genius? Y'all disagree with this genius? Neil deGrasse Tyson with the little mini fro, looking like he's straight off the Cosby Show set. Y'all disagree with him? Aqua said Israelite. That dude said he in America. Aqua said Israelite. Damn right. And I'm gonna show y'all how again, when the Bible says to prove, the Bible says prove me and make all men liars. This is what it's referring to. You feel me? It's a couple scriptures that kind of go to this. We can really talk about this and pull scriptures on this one thing all night for the rest of the night long. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna grab a couple more before we get up out of here. And anything I don't get to, like always, we'll come back to it and we'll revisit it. But first thing I want to pull up is wisdom. I want to pull up wisdom. Now, due to the time, I won't ask too many more questions before we get out of here, but I'm gonna pull up wisdom. Because in the world, like I said, this dude right here is considered to be wise. He's considered to be one of your wise, you know what I'm saying? But one of my favorite scriptures that we go over quite often in here, Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 6. Actually, let's start at 5. Verse 5 says, behold, for Lashawan Kodash class members, Hana, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Most High commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whether ye go to possess it. The Most High was giving us laws, statutes, and commandments so that we can build a nation, maintain a nation, go and take this other land and know how to govern and rule this nation, this land that we were about to get as a possession. We didn't. This is why we ended up here to begin with. But verse 6, and concerning those laws, statutes, and commandments, keep therefore and do them. We're supposed to do these laws, statutes, and commandments. As we first started, when we started off class, right? That's love. We're supposed to love one another, but we didn't. For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. So even though you can all through the post that I read, he's considered to be one of the most well-known scientists. He's the head of the Hayden Planetarium, right? He's considered to be wise of the wise of the wise. The Bible is saying that by us keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, by us knowing his word, what's inside this Bible right here, this book right here, that this is wisdom and this is understanding in the sight of the nations. So they see him, right? They see him, and as much as some of us see him as well, and we think that this is powerful, this is just great, this is the end all be all, this is the goal. When we read this right here, we know that it's not. We know it's not. He has no sense of pride in who he is. He has no sense of pride in honoring being a Judite, right? Like Officer Matthias Zachariah said, he got Becky at the house. He's so dishonorable with it. He's so disrespectful. He's so hateful of his own, of who he is. He got another one. He got Becky at the house. He don't even want to be a brother himself. He wants to just be an American, like Aqua Raya said. It says, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, right? See, we can follow Neil deGrasse Tyson, and we're going to be looked at just as foolish as we're looked at now. We don't realize that those quote-unquote geniuses that they're talking about, those quote-unquote geniuses breed your Jay-Z's, They breed your Beyonces. They breed your Sammy Sosas. They breed all of that because what he deems as success, right, which really boils down to money and a pat on the back, fame and accolades for him, is the same thing some of our other brothers do when they selling drugs and they rapping about selling drugs and they portraying that image or whatever, right? When they try their hardest to be the oppressor, same thing that he's been. And in our minds, we see that as a come up. We see that as how they say, how the young folks say nowadays, oh, some Mataza Kara, that's a flex, right? You feel me? But they don't say it no more. My ribs say they don't say flex no more. All right, so but we don't see it as a benefit because we know what this Bible says, right? It says, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all of these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. According to him, racism is the reason why we have race, right? Racism is the reason why we have race. I'm going to show you how that's not true at all. All right. And as much as he thinks he's wiser, look, sometimes I cry and say, well, damn, I thought flex was still a thing too. Hey, that's all right. Hey, sometimes I cry. I earned these grades. You know what I'm saying? Look, Aqua can yes, sir. She must know. She said, y'all showing y'all. Hey, look, I don't watch this mess like that. You know what I'm saying? I earned these grades. I earned every last one of them, and I'm not ashamed of them either. How Neil deGrasse Tyson is ashamed of being a nigga. I'm not ashamed of none of these grades. You feel me? I'm not ashamed of none of them. Aqua Fries said age or something. Look, tell me about it. I thought I was hip on the lingo and I wasn't, but it's all right. I might not know that damn lingo, but I know this word right here. Nah. I know this word right here. But let me get in their minds, right? In his minds, America or us blacks and whites both created racism and created race, or racism created race. I'm gonna show you how that's some garbage, and it's not, and that's not the truth. We're gonna start in Deuteronomy, right? We're gonna start in Deuteronomy. We'll go back to Deuteronomy. Aqua Ryan cracking up. Look, Aqua Ryan probably thought flex was still a word too. That's all right though. That's all right. Now, a lot of times the sisters be up on it more so than we do, but yeah, it's all good. I ain't tripping. I still say it's all good. Yep. My rib says she gonna hold me down. She gonna keep me up to date on the lingo. All right, we're gonna start with Deuteronomy 32 and 8. All right, we're gonna go all the way back to Deuteronomy because according to the genius, Neil deGrasse Tyson, can't never trust a nigga that got 3 names. You can't it's just something about with them 3 and 4 different names. You know what I'm saying? Just throw me off every time. But anyway. According to Neil deGrasse Tyson, right? Racism created race. But I'm going to show you how that's a lie. That's not true. I'm going to show you that that's a lie and that's not true. And as wise as he is, he's inaccurate about this one. So, Deuteronomy chapter 32. Is this the right one? Hold on. Nope. I went to the wrong damn scripture. Hold on. Salaki. Let me stop that. I know how to fix that. Let me close that. All right, let's try it again. Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 8 is what we want. Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 8. Now, y'all know this scripture. Well, y'all know, we a lot of times off some Matazah Korah will go here and he'll bring up that Deuteronomy 32 and 7 because it's so important. You feel me? It's so important. If we listen to the geniuses of our time, they're gonna tell you to forget the past, right? And that Deuteronomy 32 and 7, I got to start there. It says, remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. So often we try to forget. We want to forget our past. And why we want to forget our past is because of how painful our past is. Not only because of how painful our past is, because the ones who caused all that damn pain, right? They don't want you to remember all the pain they caused. And so they want you to forget it. So they'll put a Neil deGrasse Tyson, they'll uplift him, right? Put him in front of you because he's going to tell you to forget it as well. It says, ask thy father, he will show thee, ask thy elders, and they will tell thee. If we could talk to the fathers, talk to the elders, one thing that we will learn is that their hatred is perpetual. It hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. It hasn't went nowhere. It was never satiated, right? They never satisfied that. It's always a constant, right? So if we knew that, if Neil deGrasse Tyson knew that, right, he would know that racism didn't create race. No. We're gonna go back. We're gonna work right here to Deuteronomy 32 in chapter 8. It says, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance. For one thing, we're so big to think that racism is wrong. They've changed the definition, because I actually pulled a definition up on tonight before I got in class. And at one point in time, again, this might be me showing my age. At one point in time, when they defined racism, it was centered around power, right? It doesn't say that no more when you look at the definition now. That's like definition 2 or 3 now when you go to it. Matter of fact, when you get to definition 2 in the Webster's, in the Merriam-Webster under racism, that's when it starts to talk about systematic oppression, something coming from the system. But in the very beginning, before, it didn't describe it like that. You feel me? It always started and was centered around power, that systematic power to actually inflict racism. Right, but they've changed it now. It's more along the definition of prejudice, right, or bias, which again, that's fine. But it says right here in verse 8, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance. The Most High divided the nations. This whole concept of us coming together, us all being together, us all being one, that's a Babylonian concept. That's an old concept. And right here in Deuteronomy, it's telling you right now that the Most High divided the nations. He's always divided the nations. That's nothing new. It's only new to us because we don't know what this word says. Again, Hosea 4 and 6. We suffer. Why? We suffer. We got everybody in our neighborhood. Everybody in our neighborhood making money off of us. Asians making $15,000, $20,000 every week off them Chinese places selling you chicken fried rice, you know what I'm saying? Chicken fried rice, you know what I'm saying? And General Sales chicken or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Towels or whatever, General Towels chicken, you know what I'm saying? All week long, 15 to 20 stacks. You sending their kids to college so they can be your bosses later on. You feel me? The Arabs all in your neighborhood selling you Lucy cigarettes, Game cigarillos. You know what I'm saying? 40s and blunts and everything else, right? Stuff that they call haram, that they don't even use themselves. Let them tell it, right? Why? Because we don't realize that the Most High divided all the nations before. Things that we think are a good thing, things that we think are wise, are very unwise. And the Most High told us they were unwise. Why? Because we follow the scientists. We follow American philosophy and the thought process and what's right and what's wrong and all this other stuff that's not in this word, and it's not what the Most High told us. Again, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, because Adam got that knowledge, right? When the Most High gave Adam the breath of life and gave him the knowledge, and he knew what those animals were, and he knew what those trees were, and he had the laws, statutes, and commandments. He had that thing that makes us a nation. He had our heritage and our culture. He had the Most High, which none of the other nations had, right? The Most High also separated us from everybody else, because you can't have that if nobody else has that and think you're going to maintain and hold on to that. It doesn't work like that. It don't. But we don't realize that because we just want to be Americans, because that's wise. We don't want to be the Israelites the Most High called us to be, right? He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. Period, point blank, from the very beginning, all the way back in Deuteronomy. This is your racism. This is the beginning of the separation, right? The same separation that Neil deGrasse Tyson says that racism started this race stuff. No, it didn't. The Most High started this race stuff. The Most High separated us from them, right? Verse 9, for the Most High's portion is his people. Jacob is his lot of inheritance, right? But we think it's wise to be America's inheritance. Right now, America's they destroying our folks' homes in Venezuela, having them come over here, right? Destroying our people home in Mexico, having them come over here. Then when they get over here, they locking them up. They're locking them up. They're putting in the shelter, saying there's no more money for the shelters. We think that that's better than us being Israelites and getting the inheritance that it's talking about right here in Deuteronomy 32 and 8. For some reason, following them, we feel like that's better, right? Fighting amongst each other for the scraps, not even really scraps that they give freely to these other nations. Not even freely, but they give it at a negative balance, Officer Murtaza Al-Kharai. Even after they done fought these people for 20 years, they still give them more than they would ever even dream of giving you. And you done been here. You done built this nation up for hundreds of years. They fought them for 20 years, 20 years plus. They're not going to give you a damn dime. They'll spend 300 plus million on them every day, give them health care, get them Social Security, get them somewhere to stay at, the whole nine, and they still won't give it to you. Why? Because we feel like being American is better than being an Israelite. And not only here in Deuteronomy 32 and 8. Let me get Isaiah 13 and 14 for you. Let me get Isaiah 13. Actually, no, take that back, Salakia. Let me get Matthew 25 and 32. I just want to show you that Neil deGrasse Tyson is incorrect when he says that racism created race, right? Trying to almost make it sound like we did this to ourselves. It was something that we came to the table with white folks and say, you know what, this would be a good thing for us. Like it's ever benefited us. I even was gonna pull something. I don't know if I'm gonna get the time tonight. Where they did a joint talking about black privilege. Yeah, you believe that? A whole article they did on black privilege. Then when you going through, you actually reading the article, the things that they calling a black privilege really ain't no privilege, you know what I'm saying? but they call it black privilege though. If I get a chance, like I said, this might end up being a part two. This is a good one. This is a good one. And a lot of our people feel this way. This is Matthew chapter 25 and verse 32. Again, like I just showed you in Deuteronomy 32 and 8. Amazing how this word, this Bible work, huh? Deuteronomy 32 and 8. It just says, and before him shall he be. And now and one thing I want to point out is all these words are in red. This is Yahweh speaking. And before him, talking about the Most High, shall be gathered all nations. There you go, Christians. Y'all got us. We wrong. We've been lying. All nations. And he shall separate them one from another. So now I just showed you in the Old Testament, and I brought you to the New Testament, where it's still going to be that separation of the nations. That's nothing new. And it's not going to be anything. It's nothing new, and it's not going to be foreign later on when we get to what we got to get to. Same thing Christ was telling the disciples. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another. You feel me? As a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on the right, but the goats on the left. We think that it's right to be amongst everybody else. We think that it's wiser to be American as opposed to being an Israelite, because we don't know what this Bible is really saying. We don't know what these scriptures are really, really referring to. You feel me? And all throughout these scriptures, the Most High, Christ, talks about the separation that was already here before. How that separate, how when we got rid of that separation, it diluted us as a people. It made us weaker as a people, and eventually it destroyed, and we lost our heritage and our culture. Same thing like you saw with integration. Exact same thing. Most of these time during Black History Month, what we do the whole time, we talk about the benefits of integration when really it was no benefit. So we spend the whole month talking about how they persecuted us the way they did. How they sick dogs on us, and they did that. And because they ain't sicking dogs on us now in mass, really, because I can show you videos where they sick dogs on us individually. I can show you videos where they unalive us individually. I can show you that. You feel me? Because they don't do it in big groups like they used to before. You feel me? We think that things are so much better. We think that we're so much better off. We think that things have progressed and we've gotten what we're supposed to get to when we haven't, because we have not done what the Most High said to do. Zephaniah 2:1 said, gather yourselves together. It doesn't say gather together with everybody. It says ye nations undesired. We're supposed to be coming together because we're the nations that's undesired. We're supposed to be coming together and separated from everybody else because that's what the Most High always named to be. We know from reading these scriptures that it's wiser to be an Israelite than to be an American like the rest of them. We know that that's not what the Most High wanted for us to begin with, and definitely doesn't want for us now in this captivity. You feel me? Trying to see what else, because like I said, we got a couple of them again I didn't get to, which ain't too uncommon. But however, I just want to bring out. Let's get Romans 12. Let's get Romans 12. I'm gonna get Romans 12, 9 and chapter 9. Let's get that real quick. Now, according to the genius, to the wise man, he don't want to be called African American. He don't want to be called black. He got Becky at home. He'd rather be referred to as a human because he's part of the human race. He's part of the human race. I'm going to pull Romans 12 and verse 9 again because the wisdom that's contained in this Bible, the wisdom that's contained in this Bible that the Most High made sure that we got to, this is what's going to save us. This is what the Most High wants for us. This allows us to love one another and love the Most High. I'm going to start at 9. It says, let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil. Cleave to that which is good. You feel me? Cleave to that which is good. Abhor that which is evil. Love without dissimulation. We shouldn't be trying to love without including and bringing all of us together. You feel me? Verse 10, which goes directly against what he's saying. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love. We know when it talks about that brother, that sister, that love, that's talking about following these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? And we know that the Most High separated the nations, right? Then it says in honor, preferring one another. Well, that in honor, preferring one another, that's what they call racism nowadays, right? That's what they call racism nowadays. So even though Neil deGrasse Tyson says that America created, we created it along with the oppressor, the Most High wanted the nations to be separated. The Most High deemed it to be wise for us to separate ourselves from our enemies, right? You always try to tie it back to home. If you got children, you know what I'm saying, and you got bullies at school or so forth, as a parent, you're not gonna tell your child to hang with the kids that's gonna abuse them, gonna take advantage of them. You're gonna try to make him more wise than that, right? Same thing the Most High was doing for us. So even here in the scripture right here is telling us to prefer one another, not the other nations. Prefer one another. Neil deGrasse Tyson prefers the other nations. He prefers the other nations. He doesn't prefer us or each other. Last scripture I'm gonna pull before we get up out of here. Well, actually, yeah, I'm gonna get there. I gotta get to the two. It's actually a couple more. Like I said, I think we're gonna have to make this one part 2. Or at least, you know what I'm saying, revisit some of these scriptures we didn't get to tonight, because there's some good ones in here. And again, it's all throughout the Bible. So one thing you're going to find about this word, about this wisdom, the Most High didn't slack on giving us wisdom. He didn't just give us a little piece. He wanted us to have all the tools we needed to get out this captivity. You feel me? This is supposed to have been a temporary punishment. But by following this oppressor and these geniuses, we'll be here forever trying to be like them. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 14. And it should be as the chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land. What I'm going to do is when we come back, we're going to start right here. We're going to start right here. When I come back and we revisit that, we're going to make this a part 2. We're going to break the scripture down right here. We're a little bit over the time. But again, this is the time we should be turning to our own people, right? Because as we see things progress from where they are now, you're going to see more and more of that. You're going to see the oppressor turn to other oppressors. You're going to see these other nations that they've allowed to come over here turn back to their own nations. You have a lot of the other nations now leaving, going back to their own country. They're gearing up, getting ready, getting ready for what's to come next. And us as a people, for our own survival, we should be doing the exact same thing. For us to be wise, we should be doing the same thing, coming back together, coming back to each other. Just like Zephaniah 2:1 states. I'll write that down. And again, we're gonna pick up here. We're gonna pick up here when we come back. It's a couple scriptures I want to get to, make sure that we touch on concerning this. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be about 50 more examples of us that don't want to be us. Do we have any questions, comments, or concerns? I didn't see anything on Instagram, nothing on Facebook. All right, look like we're pretty good on comments on YouTube. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna end the class there. We're gonna end the class there. We got Feast of Purim coming up. On Thursday. On Thursday, we should have a class with the opening of Feast of Purim. Tomorrow, make sure y'all tune in to Captain Natazak and Shah, the scripture breakdown class. Friday is actually going to be the closing of the Feast of Purim. So instead of our traditional Lashawan Kodash class, we're probably going to be going over the scriptures of the closing of the Feast of Purim, the water, Akwaf Ra'aya, the water, for everybody joining in. Hopefully everybody was able to learn something from class. Again, it's always great for y'all to be in here. We try to make it practical and applicable to stuff that's going on today. I know, oh boy, a lot of people again see him like the sister said, she saw his face and she realized who he was when she saw his face. What this world called wise, and we're gonna touch on that when we come back in here again. What they call wise, the Most High say he gonna call foolish. You feel me? So never let anybody make y'all feel like y'all foolish for being in here. And I know that's something that's pretty much standard ISUPK. For real, when you come to serve the Lord, you're going to lose friends and peers. You're going to lose the confidence and influence you may have had in that world. Folks that looked up to you and revered you before may call you a fool now. You feel me? But just know that, like Deuteronomy 4:6 says, this is our wisdom. So even though they may be calling you a fool now, they may be laughing now. Neil deGrasse Tyson might be living that good life. Him and Becky living that good life with the drop top, her hair blowing in the wind, not his so much, but hers blowing in the wind, right? We know what's to come. We know what this Bible says, and we know that that's ultimate wisdom. You feel me? And so, yeah, the water for give everybody a hand for being here tonight. The water for everybody. The water Aqua of the Honor. The water Officer Mataza Kara. Always be making it hard for me. He be dropping them over fire classes on Mondays, and I gotta make some figure out something for the next day for Tuesday. But the water again, we got Feast of Purim coming up. I'm about to get ready to hit these announcements. If we don't have any other questions, comments, or concern, we're gonna go from there. All right, here we go. I almost have shortened it up. I got to that quick. All right, cool. All right, we are about to flex on Officer Mataza Akara. We're gonna flex on these announcements real quick. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, since 1969. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible. They're blacks, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Indians are God's chosen people. We're not affiliated with any Christian organization or any other fake Israelite group. If they are not ISUPK, they are not teaching you the truth. If you're not in the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, you are not in the truth. I can't stress that enough. Rule for a new brother or sister: when a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. This is not your Christian church. Marriage, sex is marriage. Sex is marriage, and marriage is forever, ever. So it's very important. You get to know them, they get to know you. You know, and that's how it's supposed to be done. And we do things the way that they're supposed to be done in here. All right. Tithes, which is a commandment found in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. And as we read earlier, Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. You want to give to the Treasury Department or the teacher. Also, make sure y'all are going to ISUPK.com when you go to pay y'all tithes. Make sure you go to ISUPK.com just to make sure, you know, we got a lot of haters out there. A lot of people that try to throw us off. So just make sure y'all going to the right spot when y'all pay those tithes. We also have a priest fund. That priest fund you can give to the Treasury Department or the teacher. That's a free will offering for the priest. In whatever amount, whatever form, is not mandatory. And whatsoever amount you would like. All right. Upcoming holy convocations. The end of this week, starting Thursday, February 22nd, is going to be the start of the Feast of Purim. All right. And that's going to end on Friday, February 23rd, February 24th. Commander Junior Hunter is going to be in Charlotte. I'm wrapping up, and we're going to have a camp speaking there. So if you can make it, by all means, come on down. And make sure you tune in for the opening and closing of the Feast of Purim. After that, we got the Passover. We got the Passover coming up very shortly. Before you know it, it's going to be here. I feel like we've been announcing, and then now all of a sudden it's here already. You will see it in the background. Lord's 55th. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you pay your Passover fee, $200. 18 and over. No, 17 and over. 17 and younger. It's going to be free. 18 over. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you pay your $200 fee for your Passover. That's going to include all the events going on throughout that week. Make sure you are there. It's going to be a glorious time. If you've never been there before, I guarantee you, it's like being in class in real time. You know what I'm saying? Like a physical class. You know what I'm saying? Of brotherhood. Because that's all you're going to see is brotherhood and sisterhood. All you're going to see is love while you're there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So make sure that y'all come down. We're going to be in Durham, North Carolina for the Passover. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, make sure you wear all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, scarf. You know what I'm saying? When you come to class, sisters, make sure your hairs are covered when you're in class. And that's it. That's it for the announcements. The water for everybody tuning in tonight. Again, y'all make the class. Y'all participation is always on point. So y'all make sure y'all continue to keep joining in. Make sure y'all hit tomorrow night for the our scripture breakdown class with Captain Natazan the Shah. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe the YouTube, the feed. If your family, if they bold enough to send y'all stuff on Valentine's Day and Christmas and birthday, you blast them with these classes. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go be on TikTok, we on Instagram. Y'all comments, y'all support. That's what gets us out, so we can get this word out to everybody else. We can get the hell up out of this captivity. That being said, courtesy salute to the brothers. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbarakatah. And the courtesy salute to the sisters. Yahweh Shema, Adatham, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. The water for everybody joining in tonight. Shalom, Israel.
Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th Annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Cabins on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war.
Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my niggas. I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Rewan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding General Yana. That for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Look, hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my I can gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth, this shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners, all them pussy niggas talkin' shit. Yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them, I see them dapping, man, hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves, while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complex. Still fighting to get accepted, we hear the truth and reject it. But love is getting corrected, and all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Fuck wrong with you, boy?